Hello, everybody.
Hello, Jamie and Marcus here.
Welcome to Test of Thyme.
Love, hustle, and passion in the restaurant business.
Yep, our story.
Our stories.
Of love, passion, and hustle
Yes.
in our restaurant. 20 years in the making, 2003.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I've been an exciting roller coaster since 2003.
So 20 years of ups and downs, and we are bringing our experience to you.
Yep.
I like that. We're bringing our experience to you. We've written a couple of books. You've written a couple of books. I have my first book out.
Yep.
Right? Everyone still has to eat.
Yep.
How one restaurant had its best year ever during the pandemic. That is a great book. You have a book out.
Yep. Another book in there too. And some recipe contributions, all that kind of stuff. So you can, before we jump into the show,
Top reasons your business still has no customers.
You can go get this book for free right now at 50mistakes.com. 50mistakes.com, you'll get this book for free. The other book, Everyone Still Has Seen, is available on Amazon or wherever, or through our website. You'll get it there as well.
Excellent.
So today,
we're going to talk about some experiences and some conversations that we've had and some phone calls that we've gotten over the past couple years or
for
how long it's been.
Okay, dealing with stupid customers,
dealing with people,
or not, I don't know. I shouldn't say stupid. I shouldn't say stupid.
It's people that just need to be heard.
Yeah,
I would just say they need to be heard in some way or another.
Yeah. Yep.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
You always say we could write a book on all these interactions you have with people. Because when people call, they don't ask the right questions. They don't know how to. Some people don't even know how to
make a reservation.
They don't.
They have no
and some people
idea.
have no idea how to go out and eat.
Right.
And we're dealing with these people on a regular basis, and sometimes we're at the mercy of them going online and leaving bad reviews.
Yes.
And
listen, people, if you're watching this as a consumer, please call a restaurant, leave an email for a restaurant. Don't go online and leave a bad review unless you've made an effort to fix the problem while you're at the restaurant, once you've left, or before you write a review.
Yeah.
Because
if the management then does not respond to you, doesn't care,
something different,
gives you an attitude, then you can go, then you should be able to go share yours. But a lot of people walk into places as critics, and they want to be critics, and they come in and they're like, they just like want to just go on bad. They come into, those Yelpers that want to just let people know that they're better than you, and go online and write these just reviews.
So everybody thinks they're a critic. Everybody thinks they know more about food than. And
that used to be me.
Than you do.
That used to be when I was a young apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that, I would go to places that this is terrible. You don't even know how to scramble an egg here, this and that. And that's not what this industry is about. That's not what going out to eat is about.
Going out to eat is to go and relax and enjoy and have an experience, good or bad, because you learn from both of those, right?
If you think you're going to go out and be a critic, then start a business, do what Zagat did, start a forum. Don't go out as just an independent consumer and you think you're going to start bashing people. You're going to have bad experiences. You're definitely going to have bad experiences. We've given bad experiences.
But no restaurant sets out in the morning to say, the next table that comes in, I am just going to piss them off and give them a bad experience. No restaurant does that. It just happens because you are relying upon a lot of different moving pieces to make everybody's experience 100%.
Now, some restaurants, unfortunately, don't prep themselves, don't train their team, don't care as much, where they're going to provide more bad experiences than the restaurants that are providing great experiences. So now, dealing with these people, a couple of rules that we've come up with, or my main rule that I've come up with. First of all, you have to answer all bad reviews.
Yes.
Online. But my first rule of answering a bad review is waiting 24 hours. So in 24 hours, it doesn't mean as much as it does as when I first read it. I've been able to sleep the night on it. I've been able to process it. And I've been able to even say to myself, well, maybe they really did have a bad experience. Maybe I could learn something.
Bad experiences or bad reviews are taken very personally.
And maybe there is something that I can learn from.
You can learn, right.
And then I can say, you know what? The more I read this, these people are just idiots. And I'm going to respond back to them and let them know that they are idiots.
Wow.
Which so
Right.
one of our rules is the customer is not always right. We were talking to this with the wine broker yesterday about this. The customer is not always right, but whose job is to tell,
It's the owner's job to tell the guests that they're not correct
not your
or
staff.
not your staff. Exactly.
And I think that's a distinction that you have to teach your team.
Mm-hmm.
And we teach our team that we go to bat for them. We 100% will get your back if you've done the right thing, because guests are not always right. But I think a guest just expects the restaurant to bow down, to get the team member in trouble, or put the team member, under the put the team member under the bus, and just say, I didn't get this, I didn't get that, this is terrible, this, and this, and all of a sudden the restaurant owner is bowing down to them, the staff's bowing down to them, and that's not how it works with us.
Right.
We legitimately do things wrong, and we're sorry, we apologize. But if you're going to be,
We're human.
if you're
you're human. I like that
unreasonable,
saying quite a bit. I say that we're human.
tell us about the phone call you just got.
Oh gosh. So I got a phone call.
So first off, before you do that, we have a very descriptive menu, because descriptions sell. You should always have listed where stuff comes from. If it's from a farm, the farm's name, how it's cooked, is it grilled, sauteed, roasted, wood oven. There's all things that you can do to describe your food to upsell it and make it nice and make your menu look really nice, as opposed to salmon with beans and this sauce. Right. No, wild pan-seared Pacific salmon line. Right.
It also helps your staff be able to know how to describe the menu item as well. So
it does.
It helps them as well be able to describe it, or the guests might not have as many questions because now they know it's been pan seared. Now they know it's wild, and they know what sauce comes with it.
Exactly.
But
so talk about this phone call you got. You, first of all, at the bar, you said, I heard you say to the person, let me put you on speakerphone so my husband can hear this.
Because it was so ridiculous from the moment he called that I just had to put it on speakerphone, because I needed to almost to validate that I wasn't crazy, that this person was just reaching for something to complain about. So also what I wanted to tell you was, not only is our menu very descriptive, but we have 400 spirits behind the bar, and our wine list, it's a binder. And, we're giving out, the binder, which has our specials in it and our wines and everything. We give out our menu, and we give out a beers by the can and on draft. So those are the 3 menus that people get when they sit down at the restaurant. So anyway, so this gentleman calls and he says, let me just start off. He goes, can I speak to a manager or an owner? And I said, I'm the owner. My name is Jamie. What can I help you with? And he started off saying how wonderful of an experience he had. The food was fabulous. The staff was great. Everything was great. And I just kept sitting there like, okay, what wasn't great, right? Because you don't call a restaurant. Most times people don't call a restaurant to tell you how great everything is. And it would be nice to have some of those calls all the time. So I was like, okay, that's wonderful. I said to him, that's great. Thank you so much. And he goes, but, and I said, okay, what could be the but? So the service was good. The food was good. So what is the but? So the but was that there are our menu. There's 3 menus, and they are way too lengthy. And it was kind of like we're pushing. And we shouldn't be doing that. It's way too confusing. There's way too much. And then he went into, and when we got our check, the check presenter had all of these pamphlets in it, and it was just too much. And I just felt like it was just too much. So how do you respond to that? So my response was very simple. People come into our restaurant for all different reasons. They come in because they have allergies to food. They come in because they care where their food is coming from. They come in because they want an independently owned spirit. They come in because they want to learn something. I said, I don't know if you know our goal here at the restaurant, but our goal is to educate, and to educate our guests, to educate our staff, and to put more.
You told them to be transparent.
And I said, we want to be transparent as well, because we want people to know where things are coming from. And he goes, oh, right. What did he say? He goes, oh, well, if that's what you're doing,
Yeah, that's what you're doing. He goes, but you should put water on the
but
table.
you should put water on the
So
table.
he just wanted to complain about something else.
So then he said, well, you should put water on the table. You have water and you have a non-alcoholic list or cocktails. You should just put water bottles on the table. And I said, well, I quickly was thinking like why we don't. We do in the summertime when it's a little warmer and hot outside. We were doing water bottles on the table, but
part of our green
certification is, and it's listed on the bottom of our menu, and it talks about not over giving water, right, to conserve water. And so basically it tells us in the green certification that people should ask for water, and we shouldn't even serve water unless somebody has asked.
Water should be served only
on request.
You shouldn't leave extra bottles,
right.
You shouldn't write. So that's actually on our menu. Like there's 80 million gallons of water that gets wasted in restaurants a year, United States, and to do our part to conserve water. Water is available on request, and we'll come by and whatever. That's what's on our menu. So he was like, well, what he says. Then he said he doesn't drink alcohol.
Well, he doesn't drink alcohol. Yeah. Was kind of
so
his
then
other
we're like,
thing.
okay, now
I said, do you really understand what we're doing at the restaurant? I mean, I was trying not to laugh because I thought it was really funny.
I thought it was a joke.
At first, I really thought it was a joke. I really
like you had a great meal. Everything was great. And this is resonating with you so much that you had to call
and take time out of your day.
Yeah, just don't read the whole menu.
Right. And that's what I said to him. I said, it's not like we're being pushy.
You don't drink, don't read the wine list.
Pushing anything on him. We didn't push the check presenter stuff and pull every pamphlet out. He chose to look at every pamphlet, or he chose to look at all the stuff. I mean, we do lots of things like plant trees for any drinks that we sell that are organic. We, because we're giving back, we have we travel a lot and people love to travel with us. So we have a travel brochure, in our check presenter.
Yep.
We have a business card, which,
we have win a free birthday.
And win a free birthday.
Win a free birthday. Get a free birthday entree.
Get a free birthday entree, and you can fill out and leave your email. But these are all choices you have. You don't have to look at them. You don't have to do any of that stuff.
Right.
Like you didn't have to look at everything. Just read what you want and order what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was really taken aback by the phone call, and it really affected me in terms of, well, number one, I questioned, well, do we have too much stuff on that we're giving to the table? Do people request things?
So here's the thing that I learned from this phone call. There's a previous episode we talked about what we can learn from things like this. Here's what I learned. Our staff has to be descriptive when they hand out menus. To hand somebody 3 menus and one of them's a binder doesn't make sense. And I'm very careful with this, and we teach our staff
as well. Yeah.
But maybe the staff member who handed them this menu
did not explain anything to them.
Here's our food menu. I open it up for him. Here's our food menu. There you go. Here's today's specials are in front of the wine list. First page of the wine list.
And I always say we also have our spirits in here. We have a huge bar. We do all independent spirits. And then I say, here is our beer
menu.
So I'm very explicit about what I give out to people.
So now I can see if somebody sat down for the first time and they were handed all of these 3 things, and they're like, I don't drink. Like, what am I looking for in here? And this is another menu that's alcohol. And so I can see maybe how that could have gotten him a little upset, saying, well, I'm reading all this stuff and I really can't use all this stuff.
Right.
So maybe a little bit
maybe we need to educate a little bit more. So guess what we're going to be doing on staff training this week? We're going to probably talk about
how to hand menus out.
But we always can learn. And I said to him, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. We appreciate it. And he hung up before I could even finish he did not want me to come back with what I came back with. And he goes, well, I guess I don't really understand what you're doing there or something. So we're not for everybody. I mean, and that's the other thing that. So now we have something for everybody.
This happened one other time, like 10 years ago. The person from down the street in Woodsboro had made a complaint to us and said, your menu is just way too wordy. You're just way too wordy. I don't want to read all this. So you're being lazy, you do not want to read it or what, but it's so crucial for our marketing for people to understand what we're doing for our mission. That's
our mission.
Right. That's our mission. That's what it is. We're making claims. We're making some very bold claims on our website and on our menu. And I was awarded, in 2014 or something, top 5 food activists making a difference by One Green Planet, which was right next to Michael Pollan and the Food Babe. I was sitting there, and Gabriel Cousins was on the list, Dr. Gabriel Cousins. I was on this list of 5 people, some of the most influential food people in the country. So I feel like I'm under more scrutiny than any other restaurateur out there, because all those other people on that list didn't own restaurants.
And that's kind of why I put you on speakerphone, so that you could, jump in a little bit as well. But, when you're kind of put on the spot, you can only say so much. And I didn't want him to think I was too wordy, on the phone as well. So I just tried to keep it, nice and short and sweet for him. But, there's a lot of experiences out there like that. And that is one that, was just very interesting, and it just happened.
Yep.
So
I guess the point of this whole thing is, don't be discouraged by people saying stuff to you like this, because
I know what our passion is.
Yeah.
I know what we love to do. And that's all I can try to do in what I do every day in the restaurant business. So,
right. So I'm not worried.
No,
but we did learn something from it.
We did.
There's a takeaway from it.
Absolutely.
So yeah. And really, folks, don't get upset about stupid things.
Just smile and move on. Right. Because that person just didn't understand what we were doing.
Yeah.
And we're not for everybody.
Yep.
Now,
if I walk into a restaurant that says we're GMO free, which has happened to us in Miami a few years ago, and I'm looking at all the ingredients they're using that I know GMOs are in, then I'm going to say something. We're like, you have a sign here that says you're GMO free. We got kicked out of this restaurant. They wouldn't serve us anymore because they couldn't back up what they claimed. They could not back up what they claimed. And I said, you're lying. Like, you're making this big GMO free statement. And I'm looking at the desserts. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at it. You have GMOs everywhere here. I said, let me see your cooking oil. And no, you can't. I said, come on, show me. If you're going to make that claim and put GMO free, show me what oil you're cooking with right now in your fryer and this and that. And they wouldn't, and they got upset and they kicked us out. They wouldn't serve us anymore. You know what? And that right there, I think, is a crime. I don't think it is a crime. It is a crime. Not having your menu labeled properly,
and
false advertising,
you're touting something that you're not even doing.
You're touting something you're not even doing.
That is not okay.
Because I know enough to question you,
right?
But
most
99%
don't. They just see natural, GMO free, whatever,
organic, wild, grass fed.
We're doing the right thing, and we're using the products that are more expensive, and they're getting away with just having that up.
So if you are making that claim on anywhere on your, if you're making that claim, you better be able to back it up and be transparent about it, because.
And that was the other thing I said to him. We're transparent about everything that we do, right? Be transparent. If you are claiming you're doing something, then show what you're doing.
Yep, exactly.
And do the right thing.
Yep,
so
exactly. All right, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching Test of Thyme.
50mistakes.com. Go get your free book that rolls you into Restaurant Growth Secrets University.com, which has a lot of free great content on there. We love to help people, so if you want us to help, we can coach you, consult you, we can help on a number of different ways. One way that we shine is we help you train your staff better, so you have a dream team. Dream team is where it's at, and that's what helps you become a restaurateur that has more time, more money, better quality family time. Just, it helps you live
your best life.
Your best life.
That's been your saying all week.
Live
your best life.
I've been living my best life since my birthday, since my 50th. So, but as a restaurateur, your dream business. This is your dream business. It is.
So go make it what it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Thank you for tuning in. It is Jamie and Marcus, and we will catch everybody soon.